The December 12th, 2024 working meeting of the Lincoln County Board of Education will come to order. Let us stand for the pledge led by Todd.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Vision statement. The vision of Lincoln County Schools is to empower every student with the knowledge and skills necessary to become college, career, and citizenship ready by providing high-quality education and enriching opportunities in every classroom, every day. Mission statement. Every student, every classroom, every day, college, career, and citizenship ready.
Our quote of the evening is about learning. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. And that is by Confucius. Is there a motion to set the agenda? Motion. Okay, Christine, Jen, Rose, Gloria,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Christine, yes, and yes for me. We'll go on to item 3, and due to scheduling conflicts, we are doing our recognitions tonight from Waynesburg Elementary.
Yes.
So Mr. Tim Wheeler.
Thank you all for allowing me to do this. We have our winter concert next week, so we wanted to go ahead and take care of this tonight. So I'm going to be presenting 2 students and 2 staff members. We continued our system of giving the Be the Spark Award even in November and then also in December. So 4 will be recognized tonight, and I will start with our students. Our first student, I don't think is here tonight, but Gabby Tucker. She was our November Be the Spark Award recipient. Gabby is an honest and reliable student. She always gives her best effort with everything that she does. Gabby's smile lights up the room. She exceeds the raw expectations on a daily basis. So congratulations to Gabby Tucker. Our December Student Be the Spark Award, excuse me, is Cameron Schuler, who's right over here. Cameron is an amazing student. He always gives 100% in everything he does in first grade, whether it is helping a friend, reminding his teacher about routine, his teacher's here today, or giving answers in class. Cameron is always there to help. He is and will continue to be an amazing friend to others. He's an awesome student, so congratulations.
Daddy, you can come with him.
Congratulations. There you go. Someone take a picture right there?
I'll take one.
There we go. Okay, there you go, buddy.
And you'll go back there to by that big red sign, it'll take your picture there again.
Okay, our November staff member, Be the Spark Award recipient, is Miss Renata Mason. Renata brings joy to all those around her. She's our food service manager, by the way. She works so hard and truly loves the students. She is passionate about her school, students, and staff, and puts love into every dish, and that is absolutely true. Congratulations. Picture.
I got it.
Thank you. You'll get your picture taken.
Oh,
And then lastly, our December Be the Spark Award winner is Miss Mary May. Mary goes above and beyond on a daily basis. She pushes students to their highest potential inside and outside the classroom. Her reach goes well beyond the classroom in activities such as archery and first priority. She's a very well-respected teacher, special ed teacher by her peers, and absolutely loved by all. So congratulations, Miss Mary May. Thank you all very much.
And we'll continue with 4 discussion items. 4A, salt spreader bids, Leanne Smith.
Yep, we re-advertised the salt spreader and we opened bids on December the 2nd. We received, I think, five bids. And the highest bid was for $300 from Norman County. So I'll be asking the board to approve the bid for $300 from Norman County.
Comments, anyone? Okay, 4B, Fidelity Bonds, also Leanne.
The fidelity bond requirement summarized in KRS 160.56U requires an official bond to be approved by the local Board of Education and the Kentucky Commissioner of Education. So I'm asking the board to approve a fidelity bond for myself for it says 2024. I think I should have put 2025 there, for 2025 fidelity bond in the amount of $1 million. The cost is paid with general funds. We don't have that amount yet, but it's typically around $1,200. We're only really required to bond myself. I think it's $300,000, somewhere between $300,000 and $400,000, but we've always done $1 million. I guess y'all don't trust me. It's always been that amount, and for as cheap as it is, I mean, why not? So.
Thank you, Leanne.
Yeah, I got one more. So, let's see, Life Touch is our current vendor for middle school and high school yearbooks. They actually reached out to me and asked if we could go ahead and approve using them for the 25-26 school year instead of waiting until the spring. They indicated they'd like to go ahead and start scheduling senior portraits for next summer, and the earlier they're approved, the earlier they can start getting that lined up. I did reach out to the middle school and high school to ask if they were favorable with continuing with Life Touch, and I think that that's okay with both of those schools. So just ask the board, we'll be asking the board to approve Life Touch to continue with them for 25-26 school year.
Because the elementaries use another company.
They do.
I thought they did.
So Life Touch just works with our middle and high school.
Comments, anyone, questions? Okay, thank you, Lynn, for doing 4C, the yearbook vendor. Okay, 4D, extra duty stipend position at Lincoln County Middle School, Mr. Bill Searcy.
Yes. So I would like to ask for a modest increase to our extra duty stipend positions of $3,500. I think that our student enrollment can make a good valid argument for that in kind of comparison to the high school. I don't like to make comparisons for those, but our percentage is a little bit lower than that. So I'd like to increase that. And obviously I wasn't here at the beginning of the year in terms of how those allocations were decided on. Specifically, I'm looking for an assistant academic team coach. We don't have one of those right now. And when they travel to competitions, it's good to have an extra adult set of eyes on our students. Plus, for the competition of future problem solving, that requires a different meeting of students and meeting times for them to be able to compete in that subject area. I'm also looking for a special ed team lead. That's one of the ways in which we use our allocation for those extra duty stipends, but we don't currently have a special ed representative on our team leaders. I would like to have that. That's one of our focus areas, and we have a lot of paperwork that comes in with new students and kind of going over those IEPs and making sure that those students are connected with all their additional services. And I have a person in-house that I'd like to assign that duty to and make sure nothing is missed. Also, our Beta Club sponsor, that's the third way in which I'd like to use that extra allocation. Mr. Lunsford is doing a lot of work with our Beta Club, and they have a lot of trips that are scheduled, state competition, national competition, and a specific leadership competition for our students. In order for them to be able to attend those competitions, he is organizing a significant amount of fundraising effort on his own, which is great. That's taking a lot of extra time for him outside of duty, and I'd like that to be recognized that way. So that's my request.
Yeah, are you hoping to do this second semester or next school year?
I'm hoping to do that second semester, so
Right,
for
right,
this year, for
presently.
the remainder of, yes, for the 25
Remainder
school
of this
year.
school year.
Yes, ma'am.
Comments, questions, anyone? Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Searcy. Okay, 4E, revised 2024-2025 school calendar, Anthony Beaver.
On November the 11th, there was a water main break. We had to cancel school. Therefore, I'm requesting that we approve the school calendar that I attached. There's really just a few adjustments. November the 11th will become a non-instructional day. May the 23rd will become a school day. Closing day would move to May the 27th because of Memorial Day, and our required makeup day would be moved to May the 28th.
Get really close to June.
We are.
And I think we've used 2 NTI days, correct? We have 8 left.
And the water break, we could not use an NTI day for that, could
Right.
we? Looks like an emergency day, yeah. Any questions, comments? Okay, thank you. And continue with 4F, 2026, 2027 calendar committee.
KRS 158070 requires that the Board of Education appoint a district calendar committee each school year. This year, our calendar committee will be looking at the 2026, 2027 school calendar. I'm requesting that the following committee be approved and a school board member be appointed. Committee members would be Principal Andrea Goldsmith, District Administrator Diana Hart, parents of students Gerald Sims and Philip Wilmoth, elementary teacher Haley Stevens, middle or high school teacher Missy Jones, classified employees Angela Peck and Felicia Wilcher, and community members Mary Friend and Justin Pointer. And I tried to find people to represent all parts of the county on the committee.
Okay, I will appoint a board member next meeting,
Okay.
so next week. Okay, any questions? We'll continue with 4G. Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you.
Surplus furniture, Andrea Goldsmith and Brad Smith is coming.
Andrea needed to step out, so I told her I would take the reins on this. So she probably knows more about the situation. Highland has been in the process of purchasing several new items for the school furniture wise. What we've discovered is storage areas they have now are full of really old furniture that's probably either not usable or never going to be used. So we're just asking permission to surplus those items. And what, to be honest with you, a lot of it, I went and took a good look at. A lot of it would probably be just thrown away, but some of it we can probably scrap, and I'll have my guys do that. So just asking permission to surplus what's out in the buildings because of the new stuff they got. What's good in the schools, they're going to store in the buildings. We don't really have the room to keep it all. And she's gotten her notes here, really good notes, decades old furniture. So that's really what we're looking to do.
I said furniture, they're usually decades old.
They're getting a lot of new stuff. I know tomorrow they got 150 new chairs coming. So they're trying to upgrade a lot of that. She's been doing a good job with that stuff. And we're just kind of trying to, as we go through it, assess what's there, what can be kept, what needs to be trashed, that sort of thing. I will give y'all one other update since he mentioned the water break. I'd like to thank the mayor and Stanford Water Works because they have made a huge investment to try to solve that problem that's been impacting us somewhat too. And I feel like they have that under control. So hopefully we won't be dealing with that anymore. And if you see any of them guys, thank them because they really went out of the way to try to help on their end. Thank you all.
Okay. Thank you, Brad. Okay, 4H, Lincoln County High School Club Trip, Miss Diana Lang.
Dr. Sonia Anglin is going to.
And Miss Sonia Anglin.
Yes. We would just like to propose, it's been since 2019, since our high school students have traveled abroad, and it's been a dream of mine since becoming part of the GT program at Lincoln County Schools to offer this opportunity to our students. So we would like to partner with EF Tours. Dr. Anglin has been on one of these trips in 2019, and she can attest to the safety and the organization of the program. I think we've given you a program or proposal from the company, and I'll just let her say a few words, and just, we would like the permission to allow the company to talk to parents and to start the organization of a possible trip.
Thank you for allowing us to speak. I did attend a tour with the Manions from the high school in 2019. We had a small group, but we went to Dublin and spent about 5 days there. And we worked on that tour, you know, working with EF and having them Zoom with us and meet with us and talk with their students. It was an excellent tour. They allowed us to set up a payment plan for the students and for us too. I couldn't say any more about how safe and how well organized. We had an agenda that kept us busy. We got on the plane in Lexington. We got the students to Lexington after we got out of the country in Dublin. The tour guide working with EF there in Dublin, who was a native Dubliner, met us. He met us at the airport, at the gate, and stayed with us along with the bus driver for the entire time. He went to the hotels with us. He did the walking tours. We had bus tours as well. We had step-on guides. The meals were planned. The outings were planned, so there was no time for mischief in between. I mean, we were stepping it off pretty rapidly and pretty, packed days. And we would get into the hotel and just had time to have dinner and rest a little bit, and we were out to it the next day. So I feel like we didn't have a single hitch. We didn't have anybody injured, sick. We didn't have any luggage lost. It was great. It was a great opportunity for our students. We had a few that had never been on a plane before. And so that went very well. So I think it would be an awesome experience, as the kids say, for our students to take this trip. And there's no language barrier in London and Dublin unless there's certain areas. So if you get into the Cockney region, you get a little bit of, but it's all, you're completely safe. So
My grandson did a couple of these tours and they were excellent.
He was on that one, I
Yes, I think he went with that one. Yeah.
so it was, and you probably heard him talk about it.
Oh, yes.
Well, actually, in the mid 1970s, actually, our Spanish club went to England, and I got to go. Those of my children went, and it again was excellent. It was England. It was really about 7 countries that we got to tour, and just amazing.
And so we plan to invite the middle school, 8th graders, Mayo Club, gifted and talented. Anybody, any student that wants to go, we'll take them, and any of you all. You're all invited. So, more the merrier. Thank you.
Do you have any more handouts? I didn't.
You can have this.
In Katie.
How long is the trip, Diana?
I
I haven't looked at it yet. 9 days. About 9 days.
Yeah.
Probably on my mind.
Probably something like 8, by the time we get there.
Thank you.
Yeah, that first day's traveling.
Yeah. We took 6 hours to get there. We got there in the morning, I believe, mid-morning or whatever. And so we flew all night, and then we come back, and we wound up here in the morning in Lexington. So it was good.
You know, Sam did her one tomorrow.
Excuse me. I will get Kaylee one. Yes, I can give her one tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies, so much. And we'll continue with 4I, temperature monitoring system, Kathy H.
We currently have 3 schools that are covered through our geothermal. And so our other 5 schools, they need to be covered because our freezers are full of food. And we thought we were going to get in more bids, but we've not been fortunate enough to get any more bids in. So this company is with, they're through HPS. They have a bid through HPS, so we're getting a discount. So it's going to cost us probably about $2,600. Once we pay this initial cost, $2,600 a year. So, and we need our freezers and our coolers to be monitored.
Is it 26 per school, the 5 schools, or total?
That'll be total for all the schools. Once we pay our initial costs and get all of our equipment up and going.
So all the freezers will have a temperature monitoring system now.
Yeah, it'll be all online. And then this company, hopefully next year, will be able to do our serving line when the cooks It'll be all online, it'll be digital, where they don't have to record everything. They're gonna, so that'll be a part of the package also. So this will be a benefit to the school all around.
This will be funded through your food service.
Yes, I get through food service.
But you're not adding Crab Orchard, Houston, and Waynesburg to
No.
this?
Because they're already covered.
But will
Johanna-
it be covered under will the food line be covered?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. Of course, we want all of our schools to have that. That's a big benefit. Instead of having to record, they have to keep a clipboard and record that every time. We would make sure they were covered, yes. Any questions?
Okay, Kathy, you want to go on with 4J, revised policy 09.2,
Yes.
student welfare and wellness, and this is the first reading.
Correct. So we met with, part of our review this year is that we had to go over our wellness policy. And so we met with Mr. Wheeler and we came up with we really had 5 goals. 2 of them are already into our policy. We just need to kind of enforce them more. The 3 that we really we're gonna be purchasing more, farm to school. We're already talking to a couple of farmers. One's in the eastern part of the state and he drives through this area to go to some other schools on the other side, out there in the western part of the state. And we're gonna do more signage. We've completed all of our signage at the high school. We need to put up more signage at all of our schools. And we're asking that recess not to be taken away from students for discipline action. They should have that opportunity. I think we thought some principals were still doing this and some may not even, we just want that to be on our policy. And then the other 2 are, they're in our policy, but it's not really, we're not enforcing it. And that is the healthy snacks for rewards and birthday, and parties of any kind. We can purchase food for these schools. They would have to reimburse us, but we could get a good deal. Just like if they wanted to have a pizza party and you're in Waynesburg and you're driving all the way to Little Caesars, well, we can buy a really nice pizza, and they could do it, there at the school. And there's healthy snacks that they can give as rewards. And we would be willing to work with them. And we're going to work with the parents next year. We'll start all this in the school year, but we need to get this approved, now.
I like that idea that they can get those things through you.
Yeah.
I do too.
We can't.
Yeah, just like birthday parties, we're gonna work with parents next year and tell them, here's a list of things you need to really give. Instead of bringing in so many cupcakes and, parents are on this red dye. So I just think,
Well, it's not a good idea to bring food
It's a
in
safety
outside.
thing also.
it is, it really is.
Any questions for Kathy?
We appreciate it, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, 4K revised EC calendars, Kim Carrier.
So the early childhood program is seeking to approve or amend their calendars for, again, that November 11th, school day. You'll see that our Head Start preschool students, we just added it to the end of the calendar. So students would be coming on May the 19th and closing day would be May 27th for them. And our early students would be, early Head Start students, they would be in session on May the 29th and closing day for those staff members is June 2nd. So we are in June.
You're there,
Yeah, yeah.
Our only other option would be for them is for those students to come back and teachers to come back on January the 3rd because their calendar is so tight. Any questions?
Thank you, Kim. We'll go on to 5 action items. 5A, partial school day for student Julie Ball.
This month I only have 1 student that we need to approve. It's a 1 hour, once a week, shortened school day.
I just want to clarify, Julie, I know you've got
a lot of assessments you have to do, and new kids coming in. Is that what's happening? You know, like it's coming up practically every month that you've got to.
Yeah, well, and what's happening is parents are getting the doctor's note saying that it's medically necessary, and so whenever they do that, then I have to get a
That's what
new
I thought.
approval because, yeah.
Okay, is there a motion to approve a partial school day for one student?
I'll make a motion.
Tyler,
Second.
Jen, vote, Gloria,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Christine,
Yes.
and yes for me. Okay, Julie, you want to go on with 5B, additional special education teacher position?
This is for a possible split position at Lincoln County Middle School and Stanford Elementary. We have our special ed caseloads are at maximum capacity, so we need a teacher that can help even that out a little. And so we would be looking at halftime at Lincoln County Middle, halftime at Stanford. That would be an approximate cost for the remainder of this school year of $22,000 that would be paid through IDEA.
Okay, one person,
Yes, one person for the split position.
anyone?
Do you feel like that one will do that you, of course, I didn't even know you could find two, but.
Right,
but-
yeah, that would be the trick. We're hoping so because they're right now just at cap, so if we can just give a little relief and still have a little more wiggle room. It's just a matter then if some of the other schools then start popping up at that maximum caseload that we'll have to come back to the table.
Will they do like half day at each school?
Yeah, I talked to Mr. Searsick and Ms. Duncan about that, about what worked best for
Yeah,
them.
what would
So
be best?
yeah, probably it'll be, somebody will get mornings and somebody will get afternoons. We've not nailed down exactly how that's gonna look, but we're getting together to talk about that.
Well, I have been at caseload capacity and technically at one time was over caseload capacity, so I know where you're coming from.
That's no fun.
Anything else for Julie on this?
This is not behavior.
No, it's just a special ed teacher.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not behavior students.
No, I mean, there
Okay,
would be,
okay.
yep.
Okay, is there a motion to approve one additional special education teacher to work at Stafford Elementary and Lincoln County Middle School for the remainder of the 2024-2025 school year?
Make a motion.
Second.
Okay, Christine and Jen, vote.
Gloria.
Oh, was it Gloria? Sorry, Christine and Gloria. Okay, vote, Gloria,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Christine,
Yes.
and yes for me. Okay, continue Julie with 5C, orientation and mobility specialist.
We have a need in the district for an orientation and mobility specialist. This is a person who helps students with visual impairments manipulate the environment safely and independently. And right now we have a need for just one student, and so we would contract with this person. Her services are $130 per hour, and this would, the approximate cost would be $3,200 for the remainder of this school year based on the student's IEP, and that would be paid with IDEA funds.
Questions, anyone? Comments? Okay, is there a motion to approve contract with OEM Incorporated to provide orientation and mobility services? Okay, Jen,
I'll say
Tyler, okay, vote, Gloria,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Tyler,
yes.
Christine,
Yes.
and yes for me. Okay, Julie, go on and continue with 5D, contract with Pro Care Therapy.
We have had a school psychologist position open since this summer and have not had any luck filling that. So we did reach out to an agency that contracts, and this would be for 37.5 hours a week, starting January 1st through May 23rd of 2025. The approximate amount would be $60,000 for the remainder of this year, and that would be paid with IDEA funds.
Is this Pro Care Therapy close by? Is it in our area? Where is it?
It's not, but the person that's going to be providing the services is moving to the area currently right now, actually.
Okay.
That's why we're starting January 1st.
Okay.
He's relocating to the area.
That sounds great.
Yes,
Good.
definitely.
Anyone?
Every school system's in this exact
Yes.
position. And
The
we
entire
cannot find-
state,
Yeah.
No.
nation.
That's right. We're fortunate to have someone to
Absolutely.
move in, okay. Okay, is there a motion to approve the contract with ProCare Therapy to provide a school psychologist for the January 25 through May 2025?
Make a motion.
Okay, Christine,
I'll second.
okay, Tyler, Vote Gloria,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Christine,
Yes.
and I vote yes. Okay, thank you, Julie. Okay, 5B, district-wide writing training, Diana Hart.
So this has been a vision of Mr. Davis and myself since we took our positions last year, that we really wanted a district-wide writing plan and to revisit that. Last year, we did step 1 of thinking maps. And so we've implemented that at all our elementary schools, and we're going to begin the process of implementing that step 1 at our middle school and high school. The next step in this would be to do writing training so that we can roll that out throughout the district. And it's not a quick process. It's going to take time. So when we started looking at this, we were looking at all our options. Virtual was obviously cheaper, but we don't feel like people get as much out of virtual training. So what you don't see on this contract, it is a contract for 2 professional development days. We will actually be doing 4, but we are partnering with Danville schools and we are splitting the cost. So we'll do 2 days here, we'll do 2 days there, and we'll have a shared space where all of our teachers can work together. So we're going to be training teacher leaders that are then going to train everybody in the future. So this is step 1 of that process. So that's why you just see 2 days on the contract. I wanted to make sure you understood though that we'd actually be doing 4.
That's a total of $12,000.
It is.
$6,000 each.
It is. We are actually working with Europe to see if we can partner with them to see if they can pay for a portion of it. We don't know that yet. And what the contract doesn't include, there are some materials that we would purchase for the teachers, but that's not included in the contract. That's something we would do.
That's great that you can partner with them and you guys can work together. Any questions, comments?
So we're doing this, and I've been trained on this by a staff member that has been trained, and we're using it and doing writing scrimmages and things, and it's making a difference. And I use it quite a bit in my language arts resource class, and so I was excited to see this.
So Tyler, you went through the training then?
Yeah, well, I'm trained by the staff member who went through the
was
course.
trained.
Which is what we would do. This is
And it's
training
really
training.
effective. She,
Absolutely.
for our staff member, does a very good job.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Any other comments, questions for Diana? Okay, is there a motion to approve the contract with Thinking Maps Incorporated to provide professional development? Okay, Jen.
Second.
Okay, Christine. Vote Gloria.
Yes.
Jen.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Christine.
Yes.
And yes for me. Thank you, Miss Diana. Okay, Colleen, any public comments? Okay, we'll continue with 7. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Before we do, I would like to,
Okay.
I'm gonna give Grant something else to do. On the policy about the public comments, has that changed? Could you go over that with us next Thursday night?
Well, there's a news story that was, maybe people saw this past week, that somebody challenged Fayette County about allowing public comment at their work session, because just like you all, they have a work session that's regularly scheduled and a business, action meeting. And the Attorney General's office said, well, legislature wrote that into 16270, which is not part of the Open Meetings Act. So the public comment piece is not governed by Open Meetings Act, but I can cover that as to both parts of the law.
I know at the KSBA training, in the session that was brought up that I was in, and every district that was in that session said they run it like we do. It's in our policy, okay. I would appreciate it.
I'll
Thank you.
check that.
Okay. Anyone else?
I just want to thank our principals for making the investments in the facilities as far as the furniture, because as a teacher, I know that's a big deal, that we go 20 years with the same old desks, that have the same writing and vulgar comments on them. And so that's really a great thing. And we're seeing a lot of our schools, Chase, they've done a great job with their new lounge. And then, so I just appreciate that when people can walk in our buildings and see that we're making investments.
Right.
First impressions is
Yes.
so important. You're
I
right.
had a teacher from Waynesburg tell me that her bookshelf, a student found her great grandmother's name engraved.
But I'd also like to add to that is thank Kathy and food
Yes.
service for what they're doing in the lunchrooms, making those lists.
Absolutely. Anyone else? Thank you, Christine, for bringing that up. Okay, is there a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion.
And Christine?
No, second.
Nobody wants to go home. Okay, I think it was Jen. Okay, vote, Gloria,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Christine.
Yes.
And yes for me.